If you want to know how to cover this tattoo up, watch this video. Hello everybody, I am Sister Slayosh and welcome to my channel, Boo Sugars. Today I am doing a video that's going to be a little different from what I usually do, but this is something that any and everyone can find helpful, whether you are a makeup enthusiast or not. Today I was posed with a question from a close family member and friend of mine, and this is just how to cover a tattoo using makeup. And it happens to the best of us. You know, we're young, we're having fun, we get tatted up like I have right here. This is a tattoo that I'm gonna cover up. We get our tattoos, we living our best life, honey. And one day we decide to get married, get a job, or we just don't feel the same way we felt when we got those tattoos, and we may want to cover them up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick video and a quick tutorial on how you can cover up your tattoos and make them look as natural as possible. Because the frustration comes in when you use a foundation or you just use a concealer and you notice that the tattoo is still bleeding through. However, covering a tattoo is a lot more complex than a lot of people may think. It's more than just putting a foundation or concealer on a tattoo and hoping that it covers it. One thing about tattoos is the way that they're done is using tiny little micro needles, and it is pushing ink under layers of the skin. So with that being said, most tattoos have texture. The mistake that a lot of people make with covering a tattoo is that they just want to cover the color, but they don't pay any attention to the texture. So I'm going to show you how to even out the texture of the tattoo, color correct, because most tattoos are made with a blue base or green base ink. So it's going to take some color correcting, and also covering the tattoo and making it look as natural as possible. And with this particular technique, it is going to require a matte paint pot or a fluid line. They can be found, well, chroma line. It can be found on mattecosmetics.com. It is a pro product. So you would need that to lay down as a base. And then also we're going to go in with two different foundations. One is more of a full coverage and another one is more of a satin coverage. And the reason why we're using a satin coverage foundation to cover is because a satin coverage foundation has a natural glow to it, so it's going to look more like skin. So if you want to know how to cover those tattoos, stay tuned. You want to start with clean and dry skin. Next, we're going to go in with a chroma line. You can do a chroma line or you can do a paint pot that is a solid color without any shimmer or any glitter or anything like that. You want it to just be a plain solid color. You can use pure white, painterly, laying low, soft ochre. It just depends on the skin tone. Also, you can use quite natural as well if you have a darker skin tone. So they also have, I forgot, the chroma lines. They have like the red ones or the orange ones. You just want to make sure it's something that can lay on top of the tattoo and neutralize the color within a tattoo. So right now I am patting on a pure white chroma line. Keyword patting. You don't want to rub, you want to pat it. You're gonna start to see that the tattoo is gonna kind of look washed out, just like a blank canvas. And yes, you're still gonna see a few lines peeking through, but we're now in the process of evening out the texture of that tattoo. So I am just lightly putting pressure as I lay down the chroma line. So now we're going to use a wedge, and we want to use a dry wedge. And I am placing the product on the wedge. I'm using a full coverage foundation. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid and NC45. You want that foundation to be as close to your skin tone as possible. So I'm patting not just on the actual white chroma line, I'm also patting the product around the actual tattoo as well, because that's going to help create more of a seamless look. So you're not going to have a just random patch where your tattoo is. You want to blend out the edges as well, so it just all look like it's a part of your chest. So now I am letting that product dry down a little bit, and I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in Honey. And the reason why I'm using this powder is because it's not a ultra drying powder, because we did put this on top of dry skin, so we want to add a little moisture through powders. We don't want to use a lotion or anything, because that's going to cause the chroma line to kind of slip off. So we're using this Pro Filter powder, and you see it's more of an orangey undertone, and that's by no accident or anything, because I'm using that orange to neutralize that green in a tattoo. You see, as I pat, keyword, as I pat that powder on top of the tattoo, you see the green and the lines in the tattoo are starting to fade away. So that's the next step. Color correct using a powder, not a liquid. Color correct with the powder. So I am patting that colored powder on top of my chest, and now I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. This is a satin finish, so it's going to look more like skin. It's not going to be too matte, and it's not going to be too shimmery. It's just going to blend in with my chest. So I'm using a different wedge that is also dry, and I'm patting that foundation on my chest. And you see the tattoo is pretty much gone. So I am also going to go in the same pattern that I went in with my Fix Fluid. I don't know why I can't talk today, y'all. So I am going around the same areas that I went around with my Fix Fluid, and I'm blending those edges in with the rest of my chest and my collarbone area, and I'm just patting that in. And I only use like a couple squirts. You don't really want to use a lot because you want to dry down. Now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Translucent Powder, and I'm letting that foundation dry down first, and I'm going in with this powder. And the thing I like about this powder is a moisturizing powder, and it's perfect for setting any tattoos, any other places on your face or body where you want to keep it dry but not too dry. Because this powder doesn't cake, it doesn't show a white cast, it doesn't have a flashback, and it has a very flexible hold to it. So being the fact that more than likely you're going to be covering a tattoo for work, or maybe an event you're going to be at for a long time, you want something that's not going to dry you out and crack and fall off the tattoo. You want something that's going to give you a flexible hold. And so I'm pulling my shirt back up, and I'm letting that powder set in, and that's it. Tattoo's gone. So now you can see, I'm kind of like on my tippy toes here. You can see the tattoo is all gone. The texture is very smooth. Trying to make sure I don't flash y'all here. You know, don't want to get my channel flagged. And you see how it's even with the rest of my chest, and it looks as natural as possible. And the key to covering tattoos, I'm going to go ahead and kind of move this back up a little bit while I just step back. Yeah, the key to covering tattoos is not always about the color. Most people focus on the color. You want to make sure you smooth out the texture, then correct the undertone of the tattoo, then cover it. I made sure I secured it with two powders. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder is a little more orange, so the orange neutralized the blue and the blue and purple and green in the tattoo. So that's why I put that orange tone powder on. Then I went back in with the L'Oreal powder, which is a moisturizing powder, and the key word moisturizing, like a hydro powder, because you don't want a dry powder, because what happens is the actual cover will start to crack and it'll kind of fall and crumble off. So you want to make sure you can wear it throughout the day. So you want to make sure that you have a moisturizing powder. I know it's kind of an oxymoron, but those who kind of live in the makeup world will kind of know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so that's it. That is it. Very simple, very easy to do. This process will take less than 10 minutes, and this is guaranteed to get you throughout the day. So if you have any more questions and you want to see any other videos like this, and if you found this video helpful, subscribe to my channel, hit the like, comment. Usually my face don't look like this, y'all, but this is a different type of video. So if you are starting a new job or going on to the next chapter in your life and you need help covering your tattoos, or you know someone that does, share this video. And until next time, love you, boo sugars. Come back and see your girl.